Nell was going through one of the hottest summers in her history, and tempers were short. To make matters worse, Inspector Fenwick was in hot water with his commander.
Yes, Commander. No, Commander. Yes, sir, Commander. We'll certainly do what we can, sir. Goodbye.
Hot enough for you, Inspector?
Don't you ever knock, do right? I'm tired of you sneaking in on me like that. Now go outside and knock. Come in. Come in, confounded.
I can't, Inspector. The door is locked.
Do right, you get in here on the double. I need you.
But the door, Inspector.
Well, confound it, Dudley. Take it.
Yes, sir.
Now, the reason I sent for you, Dudley, is that the commander called me as mad as a hornet because we haven't done anything about Snidely Whiplash.
I am bored, Father.
And unless we do something about Snidely, the commander is thinking of replacing all of us with a private eye.
Bored, 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 bored.
Well, blast it, daughter. Why don't you take up knitting?
Why don't you take up knitting? Why don't you take up knitting? Well, all right then, I will take up knitting.
She knitted sweater after sweater. Knitting became an obsession with Nell.
A present for you, Dudley.
Not another sweater, Nell.
How did you ever guess? One for you and one for Father.
You've got to stop this knitting once and for all, Nell. You've knitted sweaters for every man on the post, and this makes the 8th sweater you've knitted for me. And I just don't know how many you've knitted for Dudley.
Yes, Nell, it's so beastly hot for sweaters.
Well, perhaps I had better go someplace where my knitting is appreciated.
And so Nell took her needles and went out into the world. A short time later, as Snidely Whiplash was skulking through the woods.
Isn't it rather hot for all those trees and animals to be wearing sweaters?
Maybe sweaters are in this summer.
Uh-oh. Say, you certainly are a crackerjack knitter.
Do you really think so? I mean, you're not just saying that.
Well, I've seen some knitters in my time, but nothing could beat you. I mean, who else knits sweaters for trees? Right, Homer?
And aminals, too.
But I would like to really knit a masterpiece, something on a grander scale than sweaters.
How about a suit? A knitted Snidely suit. Little does she know that I have in my possession some bulletproof wool. And once it is knitted, I will be protected from Mountie bullets.
I would love to. Would you sit for me?
How's this pose?
Wonderful.
Meanwhile, back at the post,
Dudley, perhaps I was a little too harsh on Nell with this infernal heat. I guess all our tempers have been on edge. Go out and bring her back, my boy. Only break those confounded knitting needles before you do.
How does it look, Homer?
It looks fine, Snidely, and here's your chance to test it. Here comes Dudley Do-Right of the Mounties.
Nell, I found you. But what are you doing with Snidely Whiplash?
Homer, is that Dudley Do-Right or the lower part of a totem pole?
It must be Do-Right because it talks.
The Dudley Do-Right, the most cowardly yellow chicken-livered critter in the Canadian Mounties.
I heard that, Whiplash. You've pushed your luck too far this time.
Ha ha ha! It works! Ha ha ha! I'm wearing my bulletproof Snidely suit. Now you Mounties can't hurt me, and there's nothing you can do about it. Ha 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 ha!
And so I knitted him this beautiful suit, and it turned out that I was using bulletproof yarn.
Is that all?
No, it was a cable stitch and had wonderful dolman sleeves.
And he said I looked like the bottom part of a totem pole.
Never mind that. Do you have any idea how I'm going to explain that to the commander?
Father, I don't have a way of explaining to the commander, but I do have a way of getting rid of the bulletproof Snidely suit. Oh, please, Mr. Whip Smash.
That's Whiplash.
Please don't foreclose the mortgage. Yes, don't foreclose the mortgage, or I'll foreclose your suit.
Nonsense. You know my suit is invincible.
Not against mine.
My suit! My beautiful Snidely suit! Oh, I'm undone.
Father, I did it. I got rid of the bulletproof Snidely suit. Now you can bring him in.
No, we can't, Nell.
But why not, Father? He's no longer invincible.
Well, while you were gone, we had an invasion of moths. They ate every uniform on the post.
Well, it's back to the old knitting needles.
Oh, no.